At the end of that tube, there's a camera with light source. And the light will see everything with the camera happening and it will reflect on that screen you're looking at. Even the patient himself or herself will be looking at what the problem is with his or her abdomen. And whatever remedy is supposed to be done will not be ordered by the doctor. So that's a diagnostic tool. That's a diagnostic tool. It also has an advantage of being used as a colonoscope to look into the inside of the large intestine by passing a tube also through the anus to look critically into the colon, which otherwise is the large intestine. And whatever remedy that has to be done will not be done for that particular patient. Also a diagnostic tool, very useful. Ideally, every Nigerian over 50 years of age should routinely have this done. Routinely.
Early diagnosis.
Early diagnosis and detection. Who has appendicitis? You may not have to open the abdomen with a wide incision. Through a single incision, you can remove your failing appendix, and second day the patient will go home. This is novel for it to happen in this part of Nigeria. Someone may have stone in the gallbladder with this equipment or give a wide.
We bless this building, all the people that we work therein, and our students too, that this is going to be the beginning of routine.
In educational and entertaining shows about astronomy and the night sky. It is also for training in celestial navigation. This will help open doors for students to study space science at the Afe Babalola University. Professor Abubakar Rashid also thanked the founder for his immense contribution to the development of education in Nigeria and Africa. He prayed that the Almighty God will continue to reward him.
Investments. I think we have to be realistic. This will be used as the catalyst for changing the way we do things in Nigeria, not only in medical education. And I think the issue of space, because NUC developed a benchmark just last year on aerospace science and aerospace engineering, a university that does not have this facility. So I think we are going to get that university to come here and visit, and then we will now urge Afe Babalola University to come up with astronomy. I mean, all this space science, space engineering, this earth engineering, cyber space, let us all come together with some courses that will help Nigerians to join the rest of the world.
Africa Development Bank's private sector specialist, Mr. Emmanuel Akinwumi, who represented the president of the Africa Development Bank, Dr. Akinwumi Adesina, in his goodwill message, described the founder, Are Afe Babalola, as a great African leader and a flag bearer of sustainable development in Africa. He described the founder's tenacity and passion for excellence work and socio-economic development in Nigeria and Africa as next to none. Mr. Emmanuel Akinwumi further emphasized that the African Development Bank Group is honored and pleased to be a development partner of the Afe Babalola University. He described the Afe Babalola University Ado-Ekiti Abuad as a flag bearer of the AFDB's development strategies, stressing that the bank is also
I thought I was in heaven. I think this is really very sharing, and we pray that God will grant long life and sound health, and we continue to come here. Only 7 months ago, came here to launch the teaching hospital. 4 months ago, exactly, we were here to launch the industrial park. That industrial park is another story on its own. We come by the other one, industrialization story of the state will change. Because when you see go and bring the list of industries in the state, what do we have here? Sawmill industries, photographic studio, photocopy making company, all those things are known. By we are also supporting, which is going to change the industrial notation that this state is a fountain or fountain of knowledge, the land that they produce the largest number of professors. I'm not sure that is the case, but all I know is that this university is trying to give meaning to it as a fountain of knowledge. The knowledge is not an end, it's a means to an end. Congratulations, and we should continue to come over here. Can assure you that you have support of African Development Bank anytime. Thank you so much.
Our university is 21st century university. And to be a 21st century university, you have to be a modern university in technology, in environment, in structure, and equipment. And this are the things we have done so much so that everybody appreciates this place now as a modern university. As a matter of fact, when the AUC came here, they saw our equipments, infrastructure, and everything that is necessary in a modern university. They described the university as a model, a benchmark,
Actually,
and reference point.
actually, the man said the model.
The model. So we want to retain that position because my mission after I left University of Lagos was to start a university that will be a reference point, an example to all others. The best way to teach is to teach by example. That was what Jesus Christ did all the time when he taught by parables and so on and so forth. And fortunately, the AUC appreciates what we are doing and now calls us the pride of the university system in education in this country. And the CVC, that is the Committee of Vice Chancellors, described our university as the most successful private university in Nigeria. And that was why I said, look, if education could be the catalyst for making what I am, why can't I invest in education now? Because let me tell you, if you have quality education, you won't have Boko Haram. If you have quality education, we won't have unemployment. If you have quality education, we won't have all the problems we have today, including hatred, tribalism, and so on. Education will make you know each other and love each other. And that's why I pray to government to give priority to education. Encourage private institutions and encourage them. We are not encouraged by government at all. We have the TED fund, which is money collected 2% from private companies. They are not giving to us.
Private sources.
You don't say give us money, but encourage in research and development in fully established private universities. I don't say give money to people to go and establish universities. No. People will steal the money. I know Nigerians.
From the chairman and CEO Biscon Communications, Prince Bisi Olatilo, we salute the founder of the Afe Babalola University, Ado-Ekiti, Abuad, Are Afe Babalola, on the incredible feat.
Here is the breaking news of the moment. Biscon TV, the most exciting 24-hour general interest television station, parading cutting-edge programs in news, sports, movies and more, has been moved to channel 144 on Go TV. Our programs begin daily with Biscon Breakfast Bubble (BBB), featuring newspaper review and interviews on trending issues. Biscon Roundtable is our daily discussion program on essential tips on life and living. Biscon TV broadcasts news 7 times daily from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. Biscon TV can be watched in all parts of the country now on Go TV channel 144 and live streaming on Biscon TV on YouTube. Biscon TV live streaming on YouTube is the fastest growing, most watched 24-hour live streaming channel on YouTube. Remember, Biscon TV has been moved from channel 108 to channel 144 on Go TV. Biscon TV, interactive, engaging and unconventional.
Hello and welcome to Biscon Television Newspaper Review. I'm Sarah Abiodun. Me here is Adebisi Legule. And together we'll be taking you through some of the newspapers, and I'll be starting with the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. And the first headline here says, Local government autonomy, teacher salaries better paid by states, NUT, and that's on page 8. Ohaneze Ndigbo President Luwayon dies at 82. Tinubu orders mark, and that's on page 8. INEC will take over responsibility of conduct of local government elections, e-back, invitation to anarchy, reign of terror, DHQ. Funding lines identified, DSS. Says plans afoot to hijack protest, cause chaos. Traditional rulers meet with Tinubu, plead for peace, patience. Oyo, Lagos, government hold security stakeholders meeting. I participated in peaceful protest. Malala Fund invests 7.8 million in girl child programs in Nigeria, and that's on page 25. Federal government spends $1.5 billion to protect all installations in 4 years, SGF, and that's on page 3. Nigeria records fastest economic growth in 6 years in Q1 2024, Edwin says Tinubu's reform yielding results. Federal government's main focus is to reduce food prices. Government pays 7.3 trillion naira ways and means debt. That's on page 6. 6 workers die as building under construction collapses in Lagos, and that's on page 26. And lastly, for the Nigerian Tribune, we have cause to hear Edo government suit challenging Shaibu's reinstatement, September 24th, and you can read that on page 2, and that's it for the Nigerian Tribune.
And now to the Daily Trust newspaper. Muslim groups want film using hijab in armed robbery scene banned, and that's on page 29. Security operatives kill many bandits in Niger, and that's on page 6. Tinubu, others mourn as Ohaneze Ndigbo leader Nwayawu dies, and that's on page 37. I engaged in protest but without violence, Tinubu. Federal government, governors intensify efforts to stop August 1 demonstration. President meets monarchs, religious leaders. DSS warns against anarchy, and that's on page 4. Grandfather appeals for rescue of 5 family members kidnapped in Kaduna, on page 20. Gunmen kill 5 inside mosque in Nasarawa, and that's on page 21. And lastly, for the Daily Trust, we have Dangote NNPC rift. Nigeria's petrol imports from Malta jumps 43 times to $2.08 billion. And that's
Sun newspaper. APC governors move to talk promoters out of protest. Asks youth to be patient with Tinubu. President meets traditional rulers, others insist on patience with administration. Protest open invitation to anarchy, DHQ. TSC demands police protection as Ojikalu begs youth. CSOs to shelve action. FCT not available for protesters, weekend, and that's on page 6. Troops kill 106 terrorists to rescue 103 hostages in 1 week. Can read that on page 4. Who hates National Assembly for going on recess? Says no responsible parent goes to bed when house is on fire. You can read that on page 8. INEC can conduct local government elections, Yakubu, and that's on page 26. Nigeria lost $10 billion to all theft in 6 months. Reps. Federal government spends $1.5 billion tackling menace in 4 years. Akume. Nigeria records fastest economic growth ever. Edu. Says federal government has opened $500 million bonds for diaspora citizens. And you can read that on page 25. And lastly, for Daily Sun, we have 5 dead, others injured in Lagos building collapse. And that's on page 4.
Now to the punch. President, governors mourn as ONZ leader Owayawu died. Story is on page 17. Probe. National Assembly summons NNPC Dangote over $10 billion oil theft. That's on page 30. Tinubu rallies NSA, monarchs as hunger protest looms. President meets APC governors. Oni, Sultan, clerics as planned protest gains momentum. Opposition charges Tinubu to address Nigerians. Army, DSS alleged plots to force regime change. That story is on page 2. Fractional kingmakers oppose fresh Alaafin selection process. Story is on page 42. Now, police station raid. NGOs condemn phase of investigation. That's on page 5. And lastly, for the punch. Lagos begins probe as 5 killed in building collapse. That story is on pages 4 and 5. That's it for the punch.
Now, moving on to the Vanguard newspaper. Federal government exits ways and means. Debts down 15.7% to $91 billion. And that's on page 20. Billionaire kidnapper. Untold story of Henry Odenigbo's exploits as Nollywood actor, producer. And that's on page 7. Honorary President General Emmanuel Owayawu dies at 81. And that's on page 11. Protest. No government will condone destruction of lives, property, and that's on page 5. Meets APC governors, monarchs in Aso Rock. Don't allow it to be hijacked. Oni tells organizers. We will listen to yous, Gain of Agbo. Listen to words of wisdom from government, Emir Ozozo. DSS identifies sponsors warns against action. FCT unavailable for August 1 protest. Wiki. We are not part of August 1 protest. TUC. Shall plan protest for sake of economy, Ojikalu tells youths. Alleged sabotage. Senate summons petroleum finance for the Vanguard newspaper.
Moving on to this day newspaper. Wale Edun. Federal government surpassed half-year non-oil revenue by 30%. Exited ways and means trap. Says debt service cost dipped from 97% to 68%. Insists subsidy on PMS technically gone. Government set to float $500 million dollar-denominated local bonds. Cites impediments to immediate implementation of Supreme Court verdicts on local government. And the other story is on page 5 of today's day newspaper. Local government autonomy. INEC has capacity to conduct local government polls, says chairman, and that's on page 8. Our lazy president, Owayawu passes Act 82. Tinubu declares debt reparable loss. Buhari, Abbas, Mba, Abiodun, Obi, Mon. That story on Ohanese's death is on page 5, and you can check the story on page 5. Traditional rulers. Clerics, ulamas mobilize against hardship protests. Oba of Benin calls for patience. Oni of Ife, Sultan. Other traditional rulers, Afenifere sue for caution. Tinubu says protest sponsors don't love Nigeria, have alternative passports. Insists no government will tolerate violent protests. Says he has no cabal.
Nation newspaper. President leads tribute as Ohanese leader Owayawu passes on. And that's on page 4. 5 killed in Lagos building collapse and 5 rescued, and that's on page 25. Lagos Calabar Coastal Road will be game changer, says NIESB president. And that's on page 5 also. HQ DSS put men operatives on red alert. Plans target change of government. NSA assures governors of security. The long-term objective is to achieve a regime change. The service will maintain peace and apply all legitimate methods to achieve this, DSS. Citizens have a right to peaceful protest, not right to mobilize for anarchy to unleash terror. Troops will act dutifully to forestall such ugly occurrences. And that's by DHQ. And we have aftermath protest on Nigerians make my concern, says Tinubu. Protest. Monarch states rise against violent action. No room for protest in FCT, says VP. Shell flying protest. Kalu tells youth. Southeast reps urge Igbo to shun. Newspaper review on Biscon TV. Many thanks for watching.
For you, I want to tell you truth. Anyhow, anything they do, you make it not say they do. Many other people do. I have a left 3 days, and many people need psych doctor today. So make a fire, make a pull up, make a ready for the turn up. Everybody start to feel like rain. So baby, follow me go now. Follow me go, make we start to the run down. Anywhere we go, there's nothing like down down. Heavy surround sound, start to feel me now. As I want Chris, I want to bubble you for my grace.
Heard as the multilingual broadcaster on account of his mastery of the 3 major languages of Hausa, Igbo, and Yoruba, Prince Joseph Adebisi Olatilo was born in Yoruba language and even the dialect of his people, which he spoke with dexterous relish. In fact, Bisi Olatilo came out in top grade in Yoruba language in his final examination in secondary. So what caught my fancy was the news and football commentary. My favorites were Ikenna Ndaguba for the news and Ishola for Lorenshaw, okay, for radio football commentary. It was like I'm at a regular master class lesson each time I listen to the radio broadcast. Either of the news or other programs, and before too long, I began to mimic, imitate, and as a matter of fact, I got the permission of my late principal at the time, Deacon Olagunju, to gather news about Igbajo environs and the country. Host of my secondary school, Kiji Memorial College, Igbajo, as I usually run mock football commentaries during my football matches between my secondary school and other schools. From the foregoing, it was obvious without any iota of doubt that broadcasting did not creep in on me. I literally prepared myself for it, and with a bit of luck on my side, I have been able to make a resounding success of it. My big break in broadcasting outside the walls of the school. After my secondary education at the Kiriji Memorial College, Igbajo in Osun State, in 1971, I worked at the base Ordnance Depot of the Nigerian Army. Base Ordnance Depot, okay, I think there's a flaw here. Ordnance Depot, Nigerian Army, Eleyele Ibadan, as a clerical officer, I beg your pardon, and I was also a goalkeeper for the base ordinance. I was also a banker with the Cooperative Bank
Ibadan, where I also worked as a member of the team. In fact, I was the goalkeeper of the Cooperative Bank Ibadan Football Club called the Coop Giants. The Coop Giants. Correction was there. I was a proud member of the team that won the UNMBE Cup. The Numbe Cup. Aha. The competition among all the banks in Nigeria at the finals of the competition, which was played at the National Stadium. In fact, I make bold to say that the popularity the Wazobia program gave me prepared a soft landing for me by the time I first met my wife, Folashade Olatilo, to whom I have been married to for 38 years.
In fact, my wife toasted me because she was always in the box, but he now saw me.
Okay. After having made my mark in the Broadcast Corporation of Oyo State, BCOS, I moved over to the External Services of Radio Nigeria, VON.